Welcome to One Question at a Time, the SAT series. Question number 76. In the diagram above, A and D are points on the x-axis. Point A has coordinates -1, 0, and measurement of the angle BOD is 120 degrees. What is the slope of line BO? So we have some highlight, and we see that we have the angle. So the bigger angle right here is pi. It's easy for us to find that angle, and that angle is 60 degrees. Then we'll see the right triangle. So we will have 30, 60, 90 degree right triangle. That is the keyword here, right? So that's the hint. Then we have to find the slope of the line, right? Slope of the line. We need that information. Then we have point A coordinate, and it's on the x-axis. D and A on x-axis. Okay. So point D is just kind of like a confusing point. They given point D because they want you to see the name of the angle they show on the diagram, BOD. That's just for D, for point D informations, so we don't have to worry about that. But let's talking about the right triangle first. To find the slope of the line, we need 2 points. First of all, we need point 0, 0 here, point O. We have to know that, okay? Now, next one, we need to know what is the x sub b, what is the y sub b. We need that 2 point. When we have that 2 point, right, we can find the slope of the BO by saying we will have point B, so y sub b minus 0 over x sub b minus 0. That's equal y sub b over x sub b. And like I said, I just call the coordinate of point B is x sub b, comma y sub b. To find that, we see that b have the same x value at a, right? So we have -1 at x sub b. So x sub b that equal -1. So we fill in this one at -1 y sub b. So now y sub b is what value right here. And you see that from O to that y sub b, that is the length from 0 to y sub b, right? And it's the same length from AB. And how we got AB? We got this is 60 degrees. Remember, if we have x, right, we multiply this one by x. We multiply every length by x. We will have like the ratio of the 30, 60, 90 degree right triangle. So the one is opposite to the 60 degree is square root of 3 times x. And x is next to it, so this length is our x. In this case, let's use a instead of x so that we not kind of confusing with the coordinate of b. So we plug in, we multiply by a. Okay, so this one is a. Opposite to 60 is square root of 3 times a, and the hypotenuse is 2a. So our target is we want to know the length of BA, right? So the small a in this case, that is 1, the length, because point A have the x coordinate of point A is -1. So from point 0 to A, this is from 0 to A. The length is never negative. This is the x coordinate, so it can be negative, but the length of some measurement of some line will not negative. So that is equal absolute value of -1, that is 1. When a equal 1, we want BA, the length is square root of 3 times a equal 1, so square root of 3 times 1, that's square root of 3. So we will have this length is square root of 3, and it starts from 0. It starts from the x-axis up to b, so it means y sub b that equal BA. So we have square root of 3 over -1 that equal negative square root of 3. So E is the right answer in this case. So when we read a question, we need to list out all of the given informations and what kind of the special formula we already know to apply in these questions. For example, we know that the origin, the point O, have the origin, the coordinate at 0, 0. We know how to find the slope with 2 points. We know how to find the length of all sides of the 30, 60, 90 degree right triangle. And we know how to read the length. We distinguish between the length and the mark. So for example, if we say from 0 to -2, -2 is the mark, the value. But the length is when we measure from 0 to -2, that is 2 units difference between the mark -2 to 0. The length, the mark can be negative because it's just like the name, what we call them. Because it's on the left side of the 0, so we call them negative, right? How many units away from 0? It's 2 units. That's how we locate, we try to make the locations of a mark, right? So for the length is never negative. It's greater than or equal to 0. When you measure something, it has to be positive. Thank you for participating in this series, and see you next time.